What's up and welcome to Champions of Lore, a show all about the kick-ass stories behind some of Idle Champions' coolest campaigns and characters. Every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on twitch.tv/CNE Games or later on your favorite podcast service, Dave Walters and Erin M. Evans talk about all the Idle Champions lore that's fun to know about. If you're here with us live in the chat, you can leave a question that I, Treavor Bettis, will ask them later in the show. But until then, Erin, Dave, take it away.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. I also play Havilar in Idle Champions Presents.
You do?
The finale of A Fool's Errand is today. Been having stress dreams about it. Dave, I forgot to tell you my stress dream. I'll tell you it later. And I play Cecilia on Dungeon Scrawlers. And I love dragons.
You're serving business geek realness today, which I'm for. This is an aesthetic that this is a nice look to serve. Dave Walters, I say words about things. Apparently, I trigger stress dreams in Erin M. Evans. Dungeon Master for Idle Champions Presents, which episode 2 should air right after us on here now. So at noon, you can watch episode 2 and then join us live for episode 3 at 4 o'clock Pacific. But not only that, dear viewer, your votes in Idle Champions will affect the outcome. You can affect the relative intensity and perhaps frequency of Erin M. Evans stress dreams. If you log into Idle Champions, open a new tab. Don't leave us here. Open a new tab, log into Idle Champions, and vote, because the voting ends at noon. The final vote of the season finale ends at noon. Also, I do a bunch of stuff, y'all. I'm all over the place. Freely on Heroes of the Plane at 6. I do some Skyward Stars on Wednesday, but this Thursday is episode 1 of the Black Dice Society.
That it
at
is.
4 o'clock Pacific. We did a prologue episode, a prequel episode on Friday, but the show actually begins at Thursday at 4 o'clock on D&D YouTube and D&D Twitch. So we have a grand old time.
That 0.5 episode was so good.
To be fair, all my stress dream was about failing you.
I don't know. I read the dream. You did get him in the car before the zombies got him.
I did save you from possibly meth heads. It was not clear.
This is a Dungeon Scrawlers Discord.
The line is a thin one, by the way. Let me tell you, the line is a thin. But I'll take it. I'll take it. I've evaded my fair share of zombies in my time. So there you go. Thank you. Wait, but I mean, was I okay? Wait, now I really hang on. Now I mean, was I full? Help me, Erin M. Evans. You're my only hope. I mean, I like?
This was the stress stream. They decided, Idle Champions decided, here's our first tangent. Idle Champions decided the finale of A Fool's Errand should take place in St. Charles, Missouri, in my high school gymnasium. I don't know why.
I mean, it is. They didn't tell you that? Nobody got you're supposed to have gotten that email. Oh.
Damn it. I knew I was getting cut out. So I went back. We got like an Airbnb. Turns out place is very different. A lot of developments happen. Also, it's infested with zombies or meth heads. People told me different things. And they did not know anymore how to get to the high school because buildings were all different. Also, my mom was like, watch your little sister, who's in her 30s, but in my dream is suddenly 10. So I'm trying to send an email. Every time I try to send an email on my computer or my phone, I get these spooky ghost faces. So I can't say, hey guys, I'm running late. Hey guys, I'm running really late. Hey guys, I'll come in at the break, I guess. I'm so sorry this is happening. And I can't tell if anybody cares that I'm not there. So I finally go, you know what? I'm just going to make a break for it. I'm pretty sure I know a shortcut. And I jump in a little car and they start driving. And all these pale humanoid shapes are loping across the street in front of me, and it's terrifying. And then at some point I realize I'm lost and I stop and I look out the window and you're standing there like, where the hell am I? And I'm like, B-Dave, get in the car quick. And we outright some zombies, and then I drove right into a zombie nest or meth head nest, which fortunately they were scared of my headlights. And
meth heads
never made
still
it to the high school gymnasium, so I destroyed the finale.
That
But to be fair, I feel like the first mistake was saying, let's go to suburban St. Louis and film our finale in a high school gym.
we could spend a significant amount of time unpacking that one. So I'm just gonna put that one to the side.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna say that your second mistake was telling your DM for the day that dream and seeing what he does with it. I'm gonna walk it back on 2 quick things though.
Okay.
One, the vote today for Idle Champions Presents is who's going to sing out the show. Basically, is it gonna be Christina or is it gonna be Mark? Somebody in the chat was like, why not both? And you know what, I'm here for that. Secondly,
I have a certain amount of pull with DM Fiat, but let's see what the will of the people is first. We'll see how close the vote is.
second, walking back even further, please somebody clip out the audio of Erin saying "I like dragons" and put it over the "I like turtle skits." Anywho, we are here today. Beat it. Who are we here to talk about today?
The Dark Lady, Tiamat. Which that is literally my response. Treavor was joking, saying that he had to say that to somebody when I wasn't around. Literally, when I'm walking into the room today, I'm like, "What's our topic today?" Oh yes, the Dark Lady, just by myself.
Well, not even that. Dylan sent us the email telling us, and you just emailed back in all caps, "The Dark Lady" with a gif of Tiamat. It was perfect.
I heart her so much. Yeah.
Well, where do we want to begin with Tiamat? Because there's the beginning of her, or what we got.
Where don't we want to begin with Tiamat?
Let's start with who is Tiamat?
Okay, yeah, who is Tiamat?
I mean, the best. She's the best. Well, let me just say one nerd tangent, and then a relevant tangent, and then I will let Erin enlighten everyone. And again, I've shared this story with you all before, but Tiamat was a recurring character in my high level D&D campaign, where I had her show up as the Dark Lady, and she was just going to be an adversary for the heroes. I fully expected them to she sweet talks them and butters them up, and then it's like, haha, I'm Tiamat, and then they'd fight, and that would be it. So we get to the point that she's like, haha, fools, I'm Tiamat, the ultimate evil. And they're all like, yes, our new friend is Tiamat. and I was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah. And I had Tiamat roll insight, and she knew they were all really serious, that they were like, Tiamat's our friend now. And I had her just react like the Dread Pirate Roberts. Like, I mean, okay, I'll probably kill you tomorrow, but okay. And so Tiamat ended up traveling with them for a long time, and she was just like the master from Doctor Who. She was like basically always trying to like lure them towards mischief everywhere they went. So even though the goddess Tiamat is supposed to be like the supreme evil, in my heart, she's not. I mean, she is, but she is.
Evil, but maybe she just needs a friend.
I'm just saying that was the way I played it. She's like, no one's ever liked me and not
at
wanted
least one
something.
of these faces got to be like a friendly one.
Look at how many. That's 5 snoots to boop.
Maybe you need a friend who said, "Do you need to do the best thing all the time? Maybe you could do the terrible thing occasionally."
I feel like that's who I am to you, Erin.
You're a shining beacon of goodness.
I'm like, Erin, have you considered mischief? Oh, yes. Now, there you go. That is my Tiamat intro. Maybe
like the goddess of the chromatic dragons, the goddess of evil dragons. She's got 5 heads, 1 for each color. Every one is a badass. And she's been around forever. She's been around since like the beginning of D&D. Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the earliest adversaries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was in the original Monster Manual, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people, it's because, again, we've talked so many times that a lot of the lore of Dungeons and Dragons is adapted from other religious beliefs also. The goddess Tiamat was from Sumerian religion, the sky dragon that fought Marduk in the sky. And so the concept of the supreme dragon Tiamat way predates D&D. Her being a 5-headed badass, that's that pretty sure that part that we got that part originally. And she's in the original D&D cartoon, so a lot of people recognize the iconography of the 5-headed dragon that comes out. Yeah,
that cartoon.
Also I think I just heard the other day, and now I'm forgetting my own lore, but like there's not many episodes of that cartoon. It's like 6 or 8 or something. Like it's like way less than you think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I know kids' cartoons, like they get one season, they get like just one season, and then they just run it over and over because kids will watch it. Unless they're my kids and they complain.
So where in the lore does Tiamat come from?
Oh, sorry, there's 3 seasons, 27 episodes. There's more than I thought. I'm thinking of something else. Well, that's a gentlemanly number of
a short run too. But anywho, where
Tiamat.
in the lore does Tiamat come from? Because
everywhere.
Yeah, I there's like 3 different origin stories for her, I think.
Well,
This is
yeah.
one of those places where I feel like it's a good thing to keep in mind that whatever origin stories you have for things like gods, it is reasonable and fair and even maybe better for world building texture to say these are the stories people tell to explain it.
Yeah.
Because you end up with things like, oh, she's a goddess, she's a dragon goddess, she came from the progenitor dragon kind of stuff. And then you have like, oh, wait, she has this Mesopotamian basis, so she came over with the Antheric gods and then busted out and became a dragon goddess. And then you have ones where it's like, well, maybe she's actually like a demon or a devil. And so there's even like lore stuff written in where she has a palace in the plane where the Milan gods are in Heliopolis, and it's like, no, that actually was a lie she was telling. She was telling that lie to mess with people.
I think my favorite possible origin story for her was she was just a normal dragon that happened to have 5 heads, and that was the sitcom I wanted, where it was the ugly duckling story, but Tiamat with 5 heads, like as a baby dragon walking around,
And then vowed revenge on the worlds of sentience. Yeah, it's everything Erin just said, and also her status has like waived over time. Like there's times that she's like a servant of Bane or Asmodeus, and then there's like she's kind of a goddess in her own right, and then she was kind of trapped in the abyss for a while, but then sort of like took over down there and then kind of didn't again. It's just also her brother Bahamut is a stupid head.
All right, we agree on this one.
God of the
feelings about Bahamut.
Yeah, God of the Platinum Dragons. And again, her lesser known brother, which I've pulled out in many campaigns because nobody ever expects him, is Null. There is a third sibling, which is he's ostensibly the god of death, but it's more shadow and entropy is what he is. And so they're kind of like good, bad, and everything else, kind of their triad there. And also, of course, Joe Manganiello with Archon being such a Tiamat aficionado, kind of got her a little bit of a signal boost in recent years. Although, she just what was it? 2 adventures ago that 2 of the major adventures ago that Tiamat took over the abyss.
You mean do you mean Descent into Avernus?
But she'd done it before Descent into Avernus, hadn't
well,
she?
there's Tyranny of Dragons back over here. That where she was trying to get her cult to raise her out of Avernus.
Yeah.
Maybe they succeed. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I'm not your party.
I mean, maybe they realized they were on the wrong side of this thing. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
One tidbit of Tiamat lore that I love and I used in a book was that, and this was something Ed Greenwood told me from like back in the old days, so I'm not sure how much it appears elsewhere, that whatever Tiamat consumes is completely destroyed.
Yes.
Like forever and ever. And so when I had her, she was guarding the gate between Dis and Avernus, the first layer and the second layer. And so she has her own little sort of pocket domain that is the gate, and she hates it. But the reason Asmodeus wants her there is that she is this sort of existential garbage disposal. So her presence is to basically eat a devil that knows something that she shouldn't know. And then some extras, because you don't feed one head, you have to feed all of them.
I mean, it's only respectful.
That's cool and creepy and badass. Like it's gone. You can't resurrect it. You can't fish it back out of the ether. That's it. But then you have to feed it to Tiamat, and that's a whole other thing.
I do love that idea too, especially because like her cult is all about bringing her treasure and everything, and it's just, nom. I just imagine that she just numbs it,
just so you can't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like watch like pure eye contact while she's doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. But like one of the heads is still talking to you the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. That was actually I'll actually pose this question because this was one that one of my friends asked me a long time ago.
What is that on your finger?
Oh, sorry. I was fiddling with a Transdoshian skull. I don't know why I was fiddling with it. Sorry.
I feel like Tiamat does that too, but I was just like,
Yeah,
are you
ADHD, I was fiddling. Sorry.
is part of
Make
your
a
hand
Tiamat
gone?
hand puppet?
Yep, you got Tiamat hand puppets. That's the surprise.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get you with a Tiamat hand puppet.
I mean, we got the
I'm
Strahd puppet
so
on Champions of
mad
Psychology.
Right now that I didn't do a Tiamat manicure.
Oh,
You know,
great.
there's still time. It literally will always be in vogue 100% of the time.
I did when Tyranny of Dragons came out that year for Gen Con. I did do a manicure with multicolored chromatic dragon stamps, which was delightful.
I love it.
That also used to be part of my convention look.
Did anybody? What are these conventions you speak of?
Conventions.
In the back in olden time.
Back during the crossing. Did anybody clock that that's what you were doing with your nails?
I actually don't remember, but I did it every year. So like the I'm forgetting the names of them. The one that came out the Sundering with Ball. I had a Ball manicure. I had a Tiamat manicure. I did a Char manicure once because that's just a French tip black with purple French tips. And I did one where when there wasn't anything, it was when I had Ashes of the Tyrant come out. I did one where I wrote in Draconic phrase Potachi Karchoji, which is effing dummies in Draconic. I thought it was funny. No one knew what that was, but they were like, "Oh, that's so cool looking." I'm like, "Guess what it says?"
I love it.
That is incredible.
So the question is, so I keep reading that the heads are independent from each other. Like, do they have like conversation? Like, do they talk to each other? Do they get in arguments?
I don't think they're like Hiram McDaniel from Welcome to Night Vale, where like purple.
Oh my God! Okay, as a heads up, I almost titled this episode "A Literal Five-Headed Dragon." I was so close. I'm so happy you made that reference.
Yeah, it's like, well, my purple head gets upset.
I'm literally a five-headed dragon. Yeah, that was something I always wanted, and because like when I've only had her speak once in a game, and I just had it that all five were speaking at the same time in different voices.
I have had all five speak at once. I've also had different heads say different things. Like she's like alternatively antagonizing people. Like the black head looks at one person and says something to them, and the blue head is over here. Yeah.
I
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But they don't have different personalities though. Like they're independent, but they're all Tiamat.
Okay. That I think that's a good way to look at it. They're independent, but they don't have their own personalities. I like that.
Yeah.
I did
Everyone
read.
Introduce Tiamat to Hiram McDaniels. If we're just gonna, pair off every evil god in the setting with someone else.
They'd
Do a
either
crossover.
really get along or really not get along.
I mean,
Yeah.
knowing what little I do have one book with a dragon character who talks about finding a dragon fella.
Mhm.
It's kind of one and the same sometimes.
Yeah. True.
See, I like the idea that they're neighbors, and Hiram McDaniels is like the really friendly neighbor, like Flanders, that just annoys Tiamat all the time.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
That's more nuanced. I enjoy it.
True. Coming to Hallmark. They're like, hey.
Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
She's the ultimate evil. He is new in town and just trying to fit in. And Hiram's like carrying a tray of coffee.
Oh no! Whoa!
Yeah. Tiamat's castigating the unworthy. Yeah, right.
Oh my God, I love it. One of the things I was reading is that Tiamat seems to have had other forms over her time. What other forms has she had?
Oh, okay.
Dark Lady.
So yes, that's the best one.
Yeah. No, go.
I'm trying to remember. Oh my God. Okay, I have to look at the pronunciation because I can't even try it.
Yeah, I had the video playing on the wiki page as I was reading, and they said some words. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember how to pronounce that. Not a chance.
Yep. Well, there's
she's
she's
Chazar is one of the ones that comes up a lot, where it was a chromatic dragon that absorbed part of her divinity after she was killed in the Time of Troubles.
Yep.
Or did she get killed? I think
they all got killed at some point.
Yeah, so it's her versus Gilgame, who appears in my books as a antagonist. And I was like, wait, I thought she killed Gilgame, but since Gilgame killed her, maybe they just killed each other. They're both awful. So she's like kind of a delightful awful.
Yeah, right.
He's just awful.
Don't get me wrong, y'all. I keep selling Tiamat like she's this sweet thing. She is not at all. She's awful. She is awful. Aaron's correct.
That's part of her charm.
It is part of her charm. Well, especially as the Dark Lady, she is very nice. Well, she's a seductress. She was. You know what, Trevor? You said you looked into the Dark Lady lore. Would you like to say what you learned about the Dark Lady?
So yeah, it was that she took on a mortal form, which actually answers. I think it was Cassius335 who asked the question earlier about if she'd ever taken human form. Yeah, there it is. And she presented herself as a pale woman with completely black eyes, black hair, and normally in a black cloak with a hood up, which. It's kind of got that Greek mythology badassery to it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. There's an image on the wiki. Y'all should go look it up of the drawing of the Dark Lady, but it has Tiamat's 5 heads behind her. It's
Takesis one? Is it the
I think so.
Because in Dragonlance she's Takesis, but she's still Tiamat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Herself where she wants.
But the wiki didn't go too far into like what she did as that form. Like it said that she wandered for a bit and kind of like explored in that form, which I mean, I think it's got to be kind of crazy to be like, all right, I'm this giant 5-headed dragon and now I'm this like size of an ant to me.
Yeah, she tried to cause a rebellion against Unther in the Church of Gilgame.
I remember that. Okay.
Yep. And
awful people.
Yeah, right. They had it coming.
They had it coming.
Yep. Which is she was able to just kind of like beat down amongst the people, on occasion. And then during the time of troubles, she got transformed back into her three-headed avatar. So I believe technically, canonically, it's not like she can just do it whenever she wants. It's a thing she did for a while, and then now it's the thing she's not doing. But of course, for me, she can do it whenever she wants to.
Yeah.
Because that's just a neat thing. Yeah. And then I kind of portrayed her like a very much like Catwoman-ish thing. But this does speak to like kind of a greater point though, where as we've talked about the scale of law, neutrality, and chaos, and good, neutrality, and evil is it's a scale from whether or not you value order to value disorder, and a scale from do you value selflessness to selfishness. I think a lot of people think that it's like, oh, if you're chaotic evil, you're just this cackling monstrosity that is completely incapable of like complex relationships. And I'm like, no, she's a super genius. She's an immortal super genius, like any of them are. Like, I mean, they're capable of all sorts of things, just maybe not in the long term,
Is that the alignment that she has, chaotic evil?
Yeah,
she swaps around.
Yep.
But I think chaotic evil is current.
Okay. Yeah,
evil though, definitely evil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely looking out for number 1.
I mean, like, come on. I mean, just because she's the Queen of Evil Dragons doesn't make her an evil dragon.
I mean, she's so amazing. Why would she care about anybody else?
I feel that is exactly how she feels about all of it. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct. On occasion, she's lawful evil. On occasion, she's chaotic evil, which is funny because I've made this argument many times. Lawful evil is the most evil alignment, more than chaos. Because a chaotic person might do anything. Maybe I'm going to help. Maybe I'm not. A lawful evil character has their thing and they're sticking to it. And it was like, got to cleanse some heretics. Yeah. So,
God, sorry, I brought up the stat block for Tiamat to look at the alignment again. I always forget how freaking huge this stat block is. Like she's in the books, it's a whole page.
Yeah. She's a wrecking ball. I've thrown Tiamat because again, you guys know I do a lot of level 20, a lot of level 20 play. Tiamat is a match for anybody because they come in and they're like, "Yay, I'm fine," and I'm all like, "Me and my 5 legendary actions say different." You start dropping those dragon breaths on the whole group, and they're taking 45 to 90 a pop. It changes their tune fast.
Especially considering her legendary actions can use said breath weapons. She don't mess around. And one of my favorite things about the design of Tiamat, though, like as a meta standpoint, is just like, all right, it's a gargantuan creature. It's an immeasurable size, even though this mini seems to be smaller than this mini. It doesn't matter.
She's very far away in that mini.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's very far away. Yeah, but they're like, okay, giant wings, 4 legs, 5 heads, stinger on the tail. What?
like a wyvern.
Yeah,
because all the dragons.
Because F you. That's why she's got a stinger on the tail. Because I felt like it. That's why. Yeah.
I do like that.
Nobody else gets it. That's how it works, because she's the queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's like made of the best parts of all the other dragons, which again is why her brother's stupid.
And actually, I wanted to bring that up then. So her brother Bahamut, you know, I think Bahamut is mostly known for like being the god of like a dragonborn paladin and whatnot. But like, in some of the lore that I saw, it said that like you were saying that that he is her brother, and then there's the other brother Noel. But then there's another one where they're both split from Io.
Yeah. This is one of those things, like, there are certain elements of the lore that are very appealing, and so people pick them up again and again, and they put their own spin on it. And that causes lore holes, which can be very fun to figure out how to branch over.
I still don't know how we didn't name the show Lore Holes.
Still time.
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
Champions of lore holes.
Like, I would point out the Dragonborn thing. Dragonborn in 4th edition were presented as being basically like, as much you can be an atheist in a world where gods literally bop down and say, hey, what's up? You want to worship me? And so then when they started having Bahamut worshippers, it was a little weird to me, because at least in Tiamat, they're like, this is a society that is strongly opposed to the idea of worshiping gods, and they really hate dragons. So why would they go, if we're going to feel out this god thing, let's pick a dragon god.
You can't beat them, join them. That's why.
I gave him a different god, and I like it better personally. So.
I mean, you can do that with some authority.
I can do what I want.
Well, yeah. Also, it is a world and a continuity where things have been reset multiple times.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about things on a cosmic scale, just like real. If you think about it, and on a meta level, real human religions are the same way, of who beget whom, and who hath lain with whom, and who's got the true secret, the real secret truth of it. So the fact that this is all variable is a combination of sometimes the deities lie, sometimes the stories were just mistold, sometimes time got reset, and more often than not, when in doubt, if you dig deep enough, AO is just like, I felt like it. Yeah.
I would say too, like, okay, so you have like Tiamat is Bahamut's brother. And maybe that's how you describe two super powerful entities being pulled out of a single super powerful entity. Or maybe you talk about that one being split and reformed, or maybe budding off. Like, how do you put into words that an average mortal understands something of cosmic level action? And so, this could all be metaphors. I mean, take a step back, what is actually happening is lots of people have their fingers in this pie and are putting little spins on it to suit the thing they're creating, because they want to make it cool for that. And so you end up with these things that are sort of at opposites. But if you're going to sink down and go, okay, well, let's pretend this is all real, the best answer is, you don't know. Like, somebody made a story up, and then that story fell out of favor because someone else had a vision that made it look different, or the church of Tiamat actually merged with the church of somebody else, and they went, oh, you know what? These actually fit together. We're going to have some syncretism, and it's now the same thing. And sorry, go ahead.
No, please, you finish your thought. No,
I'm
finish
pretty sure the one that they present where Tiamat and Bahamut split out of Io, I think, or Tiamat and Io split out of somebody, was meant to be from a beer, and they don't know anything. Gods were before a beer and Toril split. So that story has been passed down for millennia. It's not going to be like factually accurate,
Mhm.
even if it ever was. Because in a beer, the deal was that the Titans and the gods warred, and they said, fine, I'm going to take mine and go home. And the Titans came over here with a beer, and the gods came over here with Toril. And then the Titans were defeated by the dragons, and then the Dragonborn and other people started throwing off the dragon tyrants, and then we smashed everything back together. But there are no gods in a beer. They're not allowed. They're sealed out. So Tiamat has never been to a beer. She cannot go there. Like, that is the part of what the point of that plane is. So if there's a story about Tiamat from a beer, it is a story that comes from the before times. It was passed down by dragons to the Dragonborn, right? They don't know. So like having all these different things, like, it's not necessary, I think, to sift through like, where's the true one? I think it's kind of more fun to be like, well, like, man, any of these could be a little true, because like, what is Tiamat going to do? Be like, here's my birth story.
Yeah, I was like, she has a vested interest in not telling you. That's what I was about. Like,
I do love the idea
that on purpose.
That Archon like walks up, just puts out a folding chair, like, let's chat. Giant Tiamat crosses her claws in front of him. Well, let's start at birth.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Tiamat, I'm like, well, first there was nothing, and then I made myself, and I was amazing, but I was bored. So then I started making some other things. And what are you gonna do? Say, Tiamat, I don't think that's accurate.
Well,
Like,
actually,
it's like it's hard to hear you over the sound of all this lightning breath. Yeah, thou hast been smoten. Yeah. And then her stupid brother showed up and things got much worse. The times I've had Tiamat, Bahamut, and Null in stories, Null is always the like edgy goth kid that gets no respect.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody loves his brother and sister and forgets about him. Yeah,
I love it. I'll tell you this one because I think you're gonna kick out of it. I got this Tiamat mini for Tyranny of Dragons, and when I got that, my buddy Kyle got the Bahamut mini. So when I brought this over to his house to play the game, we had them like look at each other and go, just like brother and sister. Just let's see. So right now, as far as like what the story's got in the written campaigns, Tiamat is in Avernus and seems to be locked there, especially with Tyranny of Dragons. Like, I need to get out. Do we know why she's locked there?
I mean, why isn't she locked there?
So
I mean, that's fair.
Understanding and grain of salt, because I am also one of those people sticking their fingers in the pie, and I can't 100% pull out what's my head canon and throw it away. But my understanding is that in like pre-Sundering times, or in 4th edition, she is in Banehold, which is the plane that Bane. What is Bane the god of? Just awfulness.
Murder?
Yeah, just badness.
There's Baal is murder.
Oh, Baal is murder.
Bane
Okay.
I get these mixed up because there's a bunch that are like slight shades of terrible. Tyrannical oppression, terror, and hate.
There you go.
So he's that guy. And Tiamat is in Banehold, and she's described as like slinking around the edges, trying to avoid Bane. How she ended up here, I don't remember, but that sounds not okay for Tiamat.
My understanding is she got straight up promoted to rule Avernus by Asmodeus, and she messed up, and some people got out because she's not supposed to let anybody get out.
Oh no!
And Asmodeus was like, "Well, I won't punish you, but you still just kind of got to be here." And that's why she was in charge and then not in charge, because he kind of was like, "Here, you can have it." No, you messed up. You don't get to have it. But she didn't get to get out. Is my understanding of how she got down there. She got a job and then did bad at her job, and then
I love it.
Yeah.
She got too cocky.
At what point did Tiamat rule Avernus? Because I know she did, but I can't remember. The
Let's-
timeline, was that second, or is that?
No, that was even at the beginning of 5. That's why she's down there.
No. I meant before, because there's a Bell. We're leaving Bell out of the cycle. This is where
Right.
things get. We go, oh, propaganda runs.
Well,
the
hang on.
house.
Let me look. Well, okay. So, all right.
At the
So
point I did it, I got it. I wasn't quite through my thing. There's another step.
this was before she went to be the Dark Lady, and she was the Dark Lady in 1346, and right now it's 1479-ish. So this is like 150 years ago. So this is a little while.
Okay, so she was in the house, and then she's in. There's a gap in there. At some point, she's in Xeraxis, which is the Untheric one.
Yes.
And she's a nomad basically. So she's in Banehold. Banehold sucks. And then she goes back to Avernus. And my thought was Asmodeus being like, okay, you did a crap job, but I'll let you come back and you can rule your own little space. Not mentioning he's not talking about a lair, he's talking about a gate.
Mhm.
And so they make this deal so that she can get out of Banehold and he'll kind of hold Bane off because Bane is a greater deity, I believe. And now she's stuck with this kind of crappy little demi-plane in the gate because there is like a realm that is attached to this gate between the two layers, but she can't leave. It's sort of punishment and sort of, well, this is what you asked for. Because at that point, the ruler of Avernus is Bel, who is then, I believe, displaced by Zariel.
Yep.
But if there's someone else in the middle, I am not surprised even for a second.
Yeah, no,
Avernus's
went Bel
leadership
Zariel.
is just like churn. It seems
And
like.
she is her last known location was still stuck in the Nine Hells. Yeah, I mean, assuming that the players are victorious in Mask of the Dragon Queen, of course, because I mean, pending how it goes down, she very much could be loose and like having a great time. It's your table.
She's like, I live everywhere now.
It's true. She's like, where
That
am
actually-
I not? It's a better question.
That was actually one of my favorite things about that book is there's a little like 2-paragraph thing at the end of the book. It's like, what if Tiamat wins? And it's just like, get ready for post-apocalyptic D&D because you're here now. I do love that.
There's a lot of that. I mean, and Idle Champions in the Unfair Seas, there was a potential outcome where the Kraken just got loose and was like going up and down the Sword Coast wrecking things. Yeah. If you there was a specific outcome where you guys could have been like, well, you should get out of the water now because the Kraken's here. Yeah, and we're done. Yeah, that's always a good thing where you're like, same thing. Curse of Strahd has, all of them should have that. You're like, just BT dubs. What if the bad guy wins? You know, should at least need a footnote down there. Yeah.
So I guess we should say that one of the reasons that we're talking about Tiamat, well, I guess the reason we're talking about Tiamat is because she's coming to the game. She is a coming.
You know, it's so funny. This is true. I just messaged Dylan. I'm like, can we actually say that Tiamat's coming to the game? Because I realized we haven't.
Well,
yet.
see, if we couldn't, Sean and Lee already did on Friday.
Pancake!
Yay!
Yeah, and actually,
coming to game.
For everyone here live with the video, I actually have a picture of the finished pancake that Lee posted. Let me grab that real quick. If you haven't seen this, audio listeners, go check it out. This thing is so cool. I'm gonna Mike Wazowski myself again.
Mike Wazowski.
It's just so good. All 5 heads ready to go in pancake form and delicious.
I didn't know Tiamat could be more delicious. Props to you, man. Yeah.
But yeah, so she is a coming to the game, and I am terrified to fight her, but I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah,
Well, bring Freely and Havilar in your formation. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I may have set up one of my formations now that is just all y'all from Idle Champions Presents.
It's weird. It's almost like that was part of the plan.
I also found out 2 easy ways to get me to buy boxes is by saying Havilar gets a pretty dress and Havilar gets her puppy.
There you go. Private Freely's loose, Pretty Dress Havilar's loose. I got to tell you, I'm hoping those Festival of Fools skins make their way into the games.
That would be amazing.
That was not planned, but it's when it was like, what do you guys look like? And we get these great descriptions, and I'm like, oh, hey, C&E Games.
Hi.
Wouldn't it be neat if there wasn't a Risa Red Panda Kigurumi? I'm just saying. And then she could have Cinnamon, the Red Panda, with her while she's in the Red Panda Kigurumi. Think about it. Think about it.
Oh god, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the Freely pirate skin is available right now. I think it's still available right now. Yeah, as if you bought the weekend chest. Lee did another awesome artwork of that before doing Tiamat. Dude cranks out pancakes and you do an amazing job, Lee. I know you're watching. And
imagine seeing him do it in person. It's insane because it's like it doesn't look like anything to the last second, and he's like, "Where's your god now?"
I may or may not have messaged Lee on Twitter and been like, "As a heads up, when COVID's over, I'm driving to your house and you're making me pancakes."
Incredible.
But when he did the Freely one, when he flipped it, I put it in chat. I was like, "Oh man, that's a great Treavor and friend pancake."
Valid. I'm Freely's the sidekick to Treavor. That is true.
Before we pass it over to chat to see what they've been talking about, is there anything else you two want to bring up about Tiamat before then? We think we've covered some good ground.
I did clarify the order of operations here. Tiamat shows up in Unther. Gilgame's like, what? He kills Tiamat. Tiamat gets resurrected in Chazar, shows up, wails on Gilgame. Gilgame's dead. One of them gets to come back after the time of troubles.
Oh.
I mean,
has to crawl his way back through the lanes.
As I know this will come as a complete shock, as a proud scoundrel American, as a lifelong Slytherin, that I would be a firm advocate of Tiamat. But I would just say, perhaps, mortals, put down the foolish superstition that has dominated your life by now and accept the one truth into your mind: a five-headed power. Let Tiamat be the light that guides you in the darkness, and perhaps she will show you mercy in the times that are to come. Also, Bahamut is stupid.
A literal five-headed power.
A literal five-headed dragon.
Yep. All right, let's see what chat's got going on. Hayes actually has a really good question that I didn't even think about. Does Bahamut have the ability, as Tiamat does, to take human form? Yeah?
That's a good question.
I mean, if absolutely nothing else, no, I'm 99% sure he does. At least I've made him do it. But it's just like things like polymorph and alter self are just so common. Yeah.
I feel like any god is allowed to appear however they want.
I agree with that.
Either Bahamut
100%.
can do that, or he's not actually a god.
Yeah.
Fully agree with that.
Tiamat, it's like maybe he's not.
Yeah.
Taking
Have you considered he's not?
Going back to the very beginning with chat, I had to say this when Cassius335 says Erin needs to write up her dream as a module. Then someone else adds where zombies. Let's see.
That would be the most frustrating game. Like, okay, wait, I have a solution. No, your solution doesn't work because
you're now 10 years old.
Yeah. Because there's a dream.
There's ghosts in your phone.
Yep.
Oh no, they're also in your laptop. Oh no, the house is falling down now. Also, you got an email that says that you shouldn't show up because no one wants you there.
Oh no.
I know I said your email didn't work, but it did. That didn't happen. That was just, it was like for an anxiety dream, it was missing a couple of points. It didn't have to rhyme. Nobody sent me an email telling me that I was fired.
I will say that that was just a grab bag of psychological terror. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, it's in high school.
My teeth didn't fall out, so that was a good thing.
This is in reference to Tiamat. Baby Lone Ranger 2261 says she needs someone to scritch behind the ears. Her mini ears.
True. She got 5 heads but 2 feet. You think about it. It's terrible. She is always going unscritched.
Gamer Cabot says, dang it, Trevor, now we need a baby Tiamat familiar. I'm just the ideas guy. Don't blame me. Let's see. Alias Bug says, nobody expects the Spanish. I mean, null. Let's see. True. Garwar. Contract. What contract feeds to Tiamat? We never had a contract.
She'd do it too. We all know she'd do it.
Dark Cyril. Oh man, I love the concept of a campaign where the party has to rediscover some knowledge that Tiamat has unmade.
That would be pretty cool.
That's kind of badass.
I feel like she'd have a vested interest in you not doing that too. So that's yeah.
That is exciting. I like that idea a lot.
Cassie's 355. I'm not reading this question.
Do it. No, now you have to.
God. Right? So I take it Tiamat never needs to worry about mortal toilet needs.
So, it's come up more than once that she's got 5 entrances and presumably only 1 exit. That's all I'm going to say.
No. But her insides are the void. Nothing comes out of Tiamat.
Yeah.
So there you go. Question.
No, she's like Nibbler. She just creates dark matter.
It's like.
I know that was an Irenaeus.
Oh no, I just made Tiamat pellets.
Unmaker of universes. She has literally become death, destroyer of worlds. Yep.
No, this is a thing. Like once a millennia or whatever, she craps, and it's like a black hole.
Little do you
and
know,
there's your adventure.
That's where Toril came from. That's the real origin story. That you're like, did you really create everything, Tiamat? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Pancake 337, who is Lee Goldberg, made Tiamat somehow worse right here. It said one of Tiamat's heads won't shut up about going keto.
What if the other head's a vegan? They're just like,
no, Dark Zero followed up. One's keto, one wants to go vegan, one is just over it.
Yeah.
Which one would be vegan?
Yeah, and which head's
the green head? It's gotta be
the green head's vegan.
You're
The
right.
green head's
That's
vegan.
so obvious.
Yeah. Yep.
Which one of it does CrossFit?
The white one.
The white head.
Just in my heart, it's the white one.
That was quick on the draw there.
Oh my god. Oh, that's why I love doing this show. I'm crying laughing. Oh
It's
man.
true, though.
Let's see.
The one head doing pull-ups. Like, they're like, bro, stop.
Evil Emperor Zerg says that Aaron, we need Twitter pictures of these draconic nails at some point.
I will see if I have pictures, because I remember taking pictures of them at the time.
That was like
Probably
4
on my
phones
old
ago.
Facebook page.
Yeah.
Oh, Gamer Cabot says, is the color of Tiamat's body the mix of all 5 head colors? Because I always did find that interesting that it was red.
No,
That her
her
whole
body's
body was
red.
red.
Because she's evil.
The red is the strongest one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
a separate terrible question.
Well, that's kind of like what I've pictured with her, is that red main head is the main Tiamat head.
Yep.
But I don't know, it's
Yeah, I don't know that the heads are ever shown any priority. I mean, some people have drawn her different ways because, of course, mounting 5 heads on a single body and having not look stupid is difficult. Usually she's got some broad shoulders. But yeah, I've seen where sometimes the red head is mounted in the middle and the others are arrayed around it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also seen where she just has 5 heads, you know, like there's no they don't get it because they're not always in the same arrangement. Even when you look at her art, it's just however people interpret it.
The one that
she feels that day.
Yep.
The one that you were talking about, the form that she had where it was just the 3 colors, the 3-headed version, that apparently her body was striped with each color. So where that one came, it was that color all the way down, cool. And then it just kind of made this stripe pattern on her. Which is kind of cool, but I don't know if that would have worked for all 5. That would have been a little busy.
Go back to like, she's a goddess. She can look however she wants. Maybe she likes red.
You know what? That's
maybe
fair.
the stripes will come back in fashion, because I would like to see that.
You know, as I'm looking at the Rise of Tiamat cover, the red head is in the middle, and the others are kind of arrayed around it. Like in the Rise, like it again, it has very much varied over time. I'm just looking at different portrayals over the years. Yeah,
the mini that I got here, which is great for audio listeners, is just they're just kind of coming off of the red body itself.
Yeah, it does make sense if she's a big chunky girl red dragon, and then has the other heads, you know, kind of arrayed almost like her crown around it. I really love Tiamat so much. She's just such a great adversary.
I will say the one that's on the wiki, the red is not in the middle, and they've done the body is sort of a mix of all the colors. It's kind of a dark brown that shades down into black at the singer.
Yeah.
So she's got several looks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jay put into the text document about Tiamat and Hiram McDaniel's movie, the Hallmark Christmas movie we didn't know we needed. And then Evil Berserk puts Tiamat as the cast of Friends.
Which head is Ross? Is it still the white one?
It's the white one. It's 100% the white one.
Like it's the black one with the like droopy horn. That version, which is like.
Oh no, I could see that. That.
Everything's the worst, and it's definitely not my fault.
I can't decide if the green one is Phoebe or Chandler.
Well, my gut says Chandler is the green one. I don't know why.
I know it's the worst.
It's a strong vibe.
You go up to a dragon, you have a strong Chandler vibe.
I don't know who the.
That's
red
how you get
is.
lit up by that dragon, by the way. It's right before you die when you're doomed anyway. It's like, yeah, suck it, Chandler.
Dark Silson, did I just hear the term lawful awful? I don't know if you did, but I like it.
You didn't, but now we have.
Yep. Jay referencing the quick bit of song that I did. Okay, but Tiamat would nail cell block tango, and now I need this.
Somebody call Jason Charles Miller.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Coming up on Bardic Inspiration. There's already been a song about Tiamat. Now we need a song as Tiamat.
Yes. Pale Master says, "Isn't
part harmony? Wait, would Tiamat seem like in sync or something? Like in Tiamat, like crash bye all by herself?
but she's doing the heads instead of the hands. Bye bye bye."
How bad I wanted this.
Pale Master says, "Isn't neutral evil true evil?" Is that correct?
You just have no preference to order or chaos. So I mean, I can see the argument.
Okay.
But to me, neutral evil, like right now I'm playing a neutral evil character, and I play it more as indifference, like true indifference. Like we could help, we could not help. You know, I'm here to try and like basically get paid and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Is the way I play him.
Counting KU took my joke and made it better. Archon as the host of Inside the Dragon Queen studio. So, Dark Lady, may I call you Dark Lady? Where did it all begin? Legit made my joke better. Oh my God. Let's see.
Just a side note, still talking about that continuity of all of them. If you think about it, I think Null's got the argument of having been the first one. Nobody would ever believe him. No. But, he's death and oblivion. That's what was there before creation was nothing. Literally null. And then everything comes out of that. And they're all just like, shut up, Jan.
Okay, Jan.
You don't give me the proper respect. And they're like,
Oh my God, Tiamat as Marsha Brady is just...
Tiamat's 100% Marsha Brady.
Somebody throws a giant football through Furnace.
Oh my God.
Wait, then who's Cindy? Is that Bahamut, the one everybody loved, like, for no reason, just show up and be praised?
Yes.
100%. That feels accurate.
Yeah, that does feel accurate.
Marsha is Tiamat, Null is Jan, and Bahamut is Cindy.
I love that.
Oh, that's my everything right now.
Wait, does that make Asmodeus Alice then? Because
I was gonna say it. Thank you. Oh my God. I was literally like, I can't say it. It's gonna be another tangent. I can't say it.
Just let the hate flow through you.
There you go.
I'm glad we got there.
Oh, okay. Last one goes to Garwar. I want to play Tiamat with each head being a different phase teenagers go through.
Oh my goodness.
Edgy goth Tiamat, yeah.
That's perfect. It's perfect.
I'm sorry, I was lost over here imagining Bahamut with an adorable little lisp. like.
Oh my God! Yeah, the Cindy was. Oh my God.
Yes, Cindy. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Okay, that is gonna be all the time that we got for lore today. But we have quite a few announcements going on. Let's see. Yeah, let's do these ones first before we tell people where they can find you awesome people. So you probably heard that the spring extravaganza is going on this Wednesday, and things and stuff are happening all day, including more of this. So let's see. At 9 a.m. I gotta go down there. 9 a.m. Griddle Champions. Griddle Champions happening with Lee and Sean. That's going from 9 to 11. 11 to 12 is going to be Champions of Lore special with all three of us here.
Wait, what? We're doing? Do I need to know? Wait, am I supposed to be somewhere?
You knew about this.
Remember ages ago when Dylan said, "Would you guys do an extra show?" Turns out we're gonna do the extra show.
So hand to God, and this is true, dear viewer. I read the email and I saw the times and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Those shows are all different days. Like, yo, I legit forgot when I'm supposed to do this, but I'll be there for it. Whenever it is, I'll be there at it. Yeah.
Actually, it's the same time on a different day.
Yes.
So just have to change the day in your brain.
It's yeah, okay, I'll be there for it.
All
right.
I'll message you in the morning. Make sure you're there.
Wait, so we're making the announcement. What day is this? We said
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I legit need to put in my calendar that Wednesday we're doing this. Okay, right. Yeah. See, wait, y'all. Okay, hang on. Y'all know I'm busy.
I know you are, and that's why I love you.
I got like a 2-week window, right? So people, and Dylan did ask, but people will be like, "Can you do this thing in like 6 weeks?" I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, and then it gets here, and I'm like, oh, I did say yes to that. Right. Got it. Got it. Cool.
I did love that progression though. It was like, oh yeah, spring extravaganza. Wait, what? After our show at 12 p.m., where I will do very good to end the show by then, is Bardic Inspiration Live with Charles Miller and Dylan Wilkes. Then 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. is Mars's Guiding Hand. And then 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is Gar Wars Guide to Everything. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is Margaret's Magnificent Dev Q&A. And then from that is the wrong time there. But from 6 p.m. to I believe 8 p.m. I think it's a 2-hour one. Storyteller Mars presents A Fistful of Death, and I'm gonna be playing in it as Garlock. He's coming back for more onions. So that's gonna be starring Mars, Ali Deichman, my co-host of a difficulty class, Garwar, Lee Goldberg, and myself. We're gonna be getting the gang back together and hopefully not dying, despite the fact that the thing's title is A Fistful of Death. So we'll see how that goes.
Maybe you're dealing a fistful of death.
That would be great. Garlock does got the fireballs, so yeah, if you do that.
That's at least a fistful.
Yeah, 100%.
And around corners.
I just want you to know, y'all just saw what my actual life was like. Where y'all were like, I'm like, yeah.
100%. So let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that day with the stream in the game. Wednesday is going to be a day of Idle Champions, and I hope you all are able to come hang out and enjoy it and enjoy what's coming to the game and whatnot. Also, that is the day that Bardic Inspiration Volume 1 is releasing on Steam as DLC for the game. And y'all, it is so good. It's so freaking good. But that is all the announcements that I have. B-Dave, Aaron, where can people find you and what awesome things are you working on?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans. You can find me right here at 4 o'clock Pacific to see how in the world we're going to stop this angry frost giant stuff. I hear a chaos flume could be involved, but I don't know what the votes came out as, so we'll see. Yeah, but that will be awesome. I'm excited, despite my stress dream. And then on Wednesday, when you're done watching Treavor, you can come watch me on Dungeon Scrawlers. We are 6:30 to 9 doing this week. We are going to Myth Draenor, and we're having an archaeology themed adventure, which our player Rhiannon Held is going to DM because she is actually a professional archaeologist. So I'm excited to see what she's going to make us do and how it's going to be D&D.
When I started watching the VODs for that, and she introduced herself and says, I'm also a professional archaeologist. My wife from the den goes, she's a what?
She is very fun to go on like walks with, because she'll be like, see this rotten piece of wood? This was probably a railroad trestle, and you can tell it's old because of this. Or like we'll walk on the beach. She's like, oh, I found this glass, and here's the maker's mark. This is probably from like 1917.
I love it.
There was a manufacturer up the sound. It's history all around you.
Love it. B-Dave, what about you?
Does she carry a bullwhip and hate snakes, though?
And she gets very, very annoyed when people make Indiana Jones references.
You know, she knew what this was when she went into that line of work. She knew what this was. Like, there's literally a famous archaeologist, and
I'm sort of anticipating snarky Indiana Jones jokes in this adventure.
Oh,
and that's sort of like being a detective and getting pissed if somebody mentions Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, you're like,
I guess
sorry.
it's like there's getting pissed and there's getting extremely tired of it.
Again, y'all know I'm freaky gigantic. So like literally, well, not since the before times, because I've gone long stretches of time without human interaction, but I get asked literally daily how tall I am. And I'm all like, I just remind myself, even though this is the 40,000th time I've been asked, this is the first time you've asked. So,
That is
yeah.
nice.
B. Dave Walters, I say words about things. I'm just on a constant campaign to spend more time around Erin M. Evans. Again, the vote ends here in a minute. So if you haven't voted, vote now. And
do it.
they're about to rerun the episode as soon as we are done, Mel. And
That's
we will be back live for the finale at 4 Pacific and Thursday at 4 p.m. Black Dice Society, Ravenloft, episode 1. Catch us on D&D YouTube or Twitch. Should be a grand old time.
Love it. I cannot wait for it. You can find me on Difficulty Class Podcast on Fridays. Champions Psychology is currently on a break, but we are coming back on April 13th with more episodes, and we'd love to know what you want us to talk about. Send those suggestions into either my Twitter, which is @TheTreavor, there's an A hiding in there, or Champions of Psychology at codenameentertainment.com, and we'd love to see what you all want to have us talk about. And I did get an update from Jay. The stream, the all-day stream is going from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., so that's what's going on. But have two things open.
You could probably listen to both of them.
Yeah, put Dungeon Scholars on. I will occasionally yell as Garlock to overtake y'all's voices just for a moment.
True.
But yes, be sure to come back at 4 p.m. today for the finale of Fool's Errand. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to see who sings it out of there. Yes. Duet, yes. And if you're listening to us later, we'd love to see you in the chat with us next week. And remember, you can catch this as a podcast every day. Every day it goes up. Every Monday it goes up at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time after this show, same time. So yeah, do that, all that fun things. But thank you everyone for watching and listening. Until next time, which is Wednesday, Champions out.
What? It's when?